Hi, welcome to this third video. The aim of this video is to remove the buttons here, the calculate buttons, and what we're gonna do as soon as we put data here, the bill and the tip, the calculations should occurred. So that means we're gonna put a listener to these ones. The way we do it, we're gonna do a way of or a method of using inner class. So how do I do inner class? That's the aim of this video, and I'll explain that in details. Okay, first start. Let me just remove once here. There you go, and that's disappears. Obviously, if you want, just leave it as it is and make it visible false, right? So it'll be invisible. So what we've done here, we've done all this. Okay, so having done this, we can come here. It is, and while we're doing this, we just defined everything here. I'm going to say, for instance, I'm going to change this one. I'm going to call it calculate BTN. And look what I'm going to do. I'm going to remove actually everything. So that's only a void here. Look what I'm going to do. I'm going to come here and I'm going to go create, if I want, in here, I can go and say create a class. I'm going to do a private class. Look at that, because inside, this is our class here. So if I create class inside, that's called inner class. If I put the class outside here, no, that wouldn't be inner class. Okay, so it'll be separate class. So inner class is here. So I can go and say private, and I give a name to the class. For instance, I'm going to call it class text change. Text change. Well, right? Yes, text change. Remember, we have to add something is called text watcher. So I have to watch what's going to happen to the text. Okay? So, and that is an interface. So I'm going to go implements. Here it is. And that's called text watcher. So text watcher. So I'm going to click in here. Text watcher. And here's text watcher. Right? As soon as you do that and hit enter, because that's interface, it needs some method to be implemented. Of course, you can click here if you want, and get this here and this here, and say implement all the methods. And the methods are these here: before text change, on text change, and after text change. Obviously, we're interested in the after, but you have to implement all these because these are abstract methods. And so interface is similar to the class, but all the methods are abstract. They have to be implemented. So I say okay, and that's done. You see, I have this, all of this here. So what is going to happen is we're interested in when this actually after the text change. So I'm going to come here and I say after text change, what we're going to do, we need to go and calculate a kit or calculate so to calculate a BTN. So calculate button, or you want to call it anything. I'm going to calculate methods. I'm going to call it calculate bill, for instance. Here it is. Okay. So calculate bill. It doesn't take any input. It's a void only, and all I can say here when the change changes here. So I can come here and I'm going to say okay. All I'm going to call is calculate. There it is. Bill. There you go. That's all I need to do. Now, as soon as this, we have to go and create. This is a class, right? Because it's class, I have to go and create an object of this class. When I create object for this class, I have to make sure as soon as I create object for this class, so I can come here. Look at that. I'm going to call the class is called text change. So I'm going to go and I say, here it is. I'm going to create an object. How do I do that? Here it is text change. Here it is text change, which is this one here. And I'm going to call for it, it's called TC, for instance. I'm going to call it TC. TC equal a new, here it is text change. Here we go. All right. And obviously, if you notice, the class does not have any, look in here, any constructor, which means it has a default constructor. So that's the default constructor. As soon as I did this, I have to go and add to the, here it is, add change listener. So I have to add text change listener, right? There you go. Yeah. So if I do that here, okay, obviously, right? Where do I do that? It's here. When you go to the main, it is when on this one. So on both of them, when I add something in here, I have to add a listener to them. So I can come here, and obviously, look at that. I've done this. I can come here, okay, and I'm gonna say, okay, I know that's so is the amount txt. That is, I can say go and add text to it, right? That is text change listener. There you go. And I do that. What do I put in there? I have to make sure I add this here, right? And this. So when it change, go to the inner class or to this objects here. Okay. The same things. I'm going to go to the tip. Tip txt. It is add same things. Add text. There you go. And I say tc. That's all we need to do. Now, if you notice, this is going to cause a bit of problem for us, but let's run the program, and probably it's going to cause an issue for us. The thing is, for this part here, really we have to make sure is we have to put it in try and catch. So I'm going to say try at this. Okay, I done this. After this try, sorry, that's not the one. It is try. There you go. And this try, if I do that, try, and all of this here, and as soon as I do this, there's try, you have to go and say catch. Catch. It is. What do I catch in this case? Is I put something here on the top, number format, just in case for the numbers. There it is. Number format. There you go. Yeah. So I can cut this one, or I can come here, catch. Here it is, and I'm gonna say okay, number number format. Take a number. That's the number format, and I go and create an object of it. For instance, call it NF. For instance, okay. Here it is, and all I do, here it goes here. Okay, and obviously he can do whatever you want to do on this one. So of course this is, if you notice, this number format exceptions. Okay, exceptions here. All right, that's what you need. Now look what we're gonna do. Now let's run the applications and see what's gonna happen here. So I've got the emulator. So the program is starting. It is. So let's put in here, for instance, if you notice, 250. Okay, and I put 5 here. As soon as I do this, it is. I do the calculations without hitting the button. So what do I do? What did we do here actually? We went in here, the tab calculator, and we created, if you notice here, sorry, in the main activities here. On the main activity, what did we do? We created a class as inner class. Look at this class is sitting inside here. So when I click on this actually, not this one's here, the last one. Look at this one. This one is referred to the main activity. So this part of it, so this was called inner class. So I can go and create object of this inner class. It's here, text change, TC. There you go. I'm using the default constructor, and I put the listener on these ones. Text change. When this text change, what's going to happen? Go to the TC. What TC does, it is, as soon as I go to TC, which is the text change, it goes to, as soon things change, I say after that's been changed. After text change, what do? Go and calculate bill. So it goes to this method and do the calculation. I hope this clarify actually how you can do this type of calculations. Thank you so much. Should you have any issues with this, please let me know, and And if you need any more videos, I'm more than happy to make videos explaining actually the mobile application in detail. Thank you so much, and I wish you best of luck.